asking me about Luke Kennard again?
I was, but I was actually going to ask you about the defense first tonight.
Yeah. No, I think from the time that, you know, we got down early and called timeout. I thought our guys really, you know, were focused on that end. You know, and Thomas and Michael Porter Jr., they're hard to guard. So, you know, trying to do some different things with them just to break their rhythm, and I thought our guys executed and competed on the defensive end.
And then, of course, Luke, we talked about him being aggressive today. Just what worked for him tonight? Yeah,
you know, a lot of it is the game kind of revealed itself to him, where he had looks, he was spaced, and as you said, I thought he was aggressive on something that we've discussed a lot, and I think people forget sometimes that he's not just a shooter, but we do need him to shoot because that sets up other parts of his game, and some of it's just kind of adjusting to know, you know, what this team needs from him, and you know, obviously he played very well, and he can knock shots down, and then he's also capable of making plays for other people when he gets in the lane. He's a really he's a skilled basketball player.
And then obviously with Trey going down early in the game, just what did you think of the ball handling duties between Nikhil and Dyson and Keaton and sort of the committee that you?
Yeah, it's just, you know, anytime a player of Trey's caliber, particularly someone that, you know, has the ball and is orchestrating situations on the offensive end, that's an adjustment that we had to make on the fly. And I thought, you know, as you said, whether it was Luke or Nikhil, Dyson, JJ, the key thing, you know, when we're playing that way is, you know, everybody's got to be willing to play with the pass and try to get advantages that way. But obviously, it's something we'll have to keep working on, you know, depending on where Trey is with his health.
Do you have an update on that, Quin?
I think the most important thing is not his ACL, and he's going to get an MRI tonight or tomorrow, you know, and make a determination from there. So not sure how long or what respect, but something that he's going to hopefully be back from whenever possible. He didn't want to come out of the game. Like, he's such a competitor. You know, he takes a lot of pride in being available, and there's been a lot of times in the time that we've been together where he's banged up and he goes out and plays, and you saw that tonight too. He tried to stay in there. I told him, he said, you know, just give me a couple minutes, and said, if I don't like what I see, I'm taking you out.
Well, so were you the one who took? I couldn't tell. Were you the one?
We subbed him. You could just see, you know, you know, at that point they had examined him and knew that there wasn't anything that, you know, could be hurt him, or he could make worse by playing, and he was just going to try to play through it. And you know, Ryan Donahue, our trainer, I trust, you know, completely, and you know, he was assessing where he was, and it's important. We saw him run down the court a couple times, and he knew he couldn't keep going, so got him out of there.
You replace him with Nikhil. That's the potential for a really, really good defensive lineup. Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to see? Do you see like
that
group is on the floor?
Yeah. To be honest with you, like, we're going to think about that. I'm aware of that, obviously, because Nikhil is a good defender, and we've got some other guys, Dyson, obviously, that can guard. But I think the one thing that our team is discovering is there's not any one player that can shut a team down. You know, there's those two guys that are really impactful, but, you know, for us to defend on the level that we want to, you know, we need 5 guys. And that, you know, when Trey was in, you know, before he got hurt, we started to defend. So that's a testament to the other guys on the team, and certainly not taking anything away from Nikhil and Dyson. You know, they're special defenders.
Onyeka had a double-double tonight off the bench. Just how have you seen him continue to grow, you know, as he steps into this new role?
Yeah, I mean, we've played through a lot of foul trouble early on, and Onyeka had 5. Kristaps fouled out. And, you know, the one thing that Onyeka gives us is he's got playmaking ability. So, you know, whatever the ball handling looks like, he's another guy that he's a really willing passer. And he's another guy that I think, you know, defensively, particularly when Porter Jr. and Thomas are in pick and roll, you've got to be up, and he's getting more comfortable out on the floor defensively.